What if the world's most powerful organizations weren't just created for influence, but to protect something ancient, something older than governments, older than empires, older than recorded history itself? What if the symbols we see today are echoes of a forgotten system that began at the very beginning of humanity? Across the world, across cultures that never should have connected, we see the same patterns, the same symbols, the same structures of power, secret societies, ancient religions, hidden knowledge. Is it coincidence? Or is there a hidden thread linking everything together? Tonight, we explore a theory, one rooted in biblical interpretation, that suggests secret societies may not just be organizations, but the continuation of something much older. That division deepened in the next generation. Cain and Abel, two brothers, two offerings, two completely different approaches. Abel followed what God instructed. Cain did something different, something on his own terms. And when it was rejected, he didn't change. He reacted violently. But some interpretations suggest this moment represents more than just the first crime. It may represent the birth of an alternative system, one built on human effort, human control, and independence from God. As generations passed, the Bible describes a world filled with corruption. Violence became normal, morality collapsed. But some believe this wasn't just social decay, but the spread of a different kind of system, a system of thought, a system of power, possibly even a system of hidden knowledge. If true, this may have been the earliest form of something we still see today. Then came the flood, a reset. According to the biblical account, only Noah and his family survived. Everything else was wiped away. But here's the question. If all corruption was destroyed, why do similar patterns appear again later? Were they rediscovered? Or were they never completely lost? Generations later, humanity united once again. One language, one purpose, one ambition. The Tower of Babel, a structure built not just to reach the sky, but to establish independence from God. According to the Bible, God intervened. Languages were confused. Humanity was scattered. Civilization fractured. But what if something survived? What if the knowledge they shared didn't disappear? Imagine a world where language suddenly fails. Communication collapses. Groups are separated. How do you preserve knowledge? You remove dependence on words. You use symbols, images, rituals, things that can be understood without translation. A circle, an eye, a pyramid, simple, timeless, but capable of carrying meaning. And that leads to a deeper question. What if everything you've been looking at has a second meaning? Not hidden, but disguised. Throughout history, some traditions operated on two levels, an outer layer and an inner one. The outer layer is simple: stories, myths, rituals, something anyone can see. But beneath that, some believe there's another layer, one reserved for those who are initiated. This is often called double teaching. One message for the public, another for those who know where to look. And if that's true, then symbols become far more powerful. Because symbols don't rely on language. They survive time. Empires fall. Languages disappear. But symbols remain. A circle, an eye, a structure reaching the sky. Different civilizations. Same patterns. Why? Some believe symbols were the perfect solution, a way to preserve knowledge, even if everything else was lost. Because a symbol can carry layers of meaning. To one person, it's just an image. To another, it's a message. And to someone else, it's a key. This is where the idea of hidden knowledge begins. Not necessarily hidden because it's forbidden, but hidden because it's encoded. You don't see it until you're taught how to see it. And once you do, everything starts to look different. Patterns begin to emerge. Connections appear. But here's the real question. Are these patterns intentional? Or is the human mind simply wired to find meaning in everything? Because once you start looking for hidden messages, you will always find them. And that's what makes this so dangerous and so fascinating at the same time. After Babel, humanity spread across the earth. Mesopotamia, Egypt, Greece, Rome. Different cultures, different gods, different myths, but similar structures, similar symbols, similar ideas. Some believe these are fragments of a single origin, a system that existed before Babel, now scattered across the world. Among these civilizations, one stands out: Babylon, often associated with power, mysticism, and influence. In biblical narratives, it represents more than a city. It represents a system, a way of thinking, a structure of belief, separate from God. Some theories suggest Babylon preserved ancient knowledge, refined it, organized it, and passed it forward. As time passed, these systems evolved into mythologies, stories of gods, forces of nature, cosmic battles. But what if mythology was more than storytelling? What if it was a way to encode ideas, to preserve meaning across generations? If so, then myths may not just be stories. They may be fragments of something older. Today, secret societies still exist, with symbols, rituals, initiations, structures that feel familiar. Are they simply human creations? Or are they influenced by something ancient, something that survived? Eden, the flood, and Babel. This is where the question becomes deeper, because this isn't just about history, it's about meaning. Some religious leaders caution against hidden systems, not because secrecy alone is dangerous, but because of what it may represent. Knowledge separated from truth, power separated from God, symbolism disconnected from its original purpose. So what are we really looking at? A hidden system passed down through time? Or the natural patterns of human civilization repeating themselves? Either way, the symbols remain, the patterns persist, and the mystery is far from solved. Because if there really is something hidden beneath all of this, the question isn't just what it is. The question is, why it was hidden in the first place. Thanks for watching. Stay curious. I'll see you next time. Peace.